Hi, we continue this morning with a problem of the peripheral nervous system, which are the nerves that come outside of the central nervous system, which is the brain and the spinal cord. These nerves are outside of the brain and the spinal cord. So the problem that we have is a problem about Morton's neuroma. We explained to you yesterday what a Morton's neuroma is. And if you want to watch that video, the video is here. This is the code of the video, 10A-213C. That's where the theory is. And the problem we're doing right now is in the book. It's 213-02. I'm going to erase this because this is what we're doing. And let's read exactly the definition of the problem here in the book because it's kind of long to write it. Right here. You see? It says Morton's neuroma 3 and 4, which is the third and the fourth digit, and 4.5 interspaces, 4 and 5 interspaces, left foot. Okay? This is 3 and 4, and 4 and 5 is talking about the toes. Now, this is the diagnosis, and they also want you to code the procedure. Excision of Morton's neuroma, left foot. So we need two codes, one for diagnosis and another for procedure. Okay, a quick review of the theory. We're studying the peripheral nervous system, which is the nerves that are outside the brain and the spinal cord, right? Now, we're coming to the foot. The foot is, of course, outside of the brain and spinal cord. But how do we get to the foot? We get first with the tibial nerve. The tibial nerve is this one. It comes from way the knee here. It comes all the way down here to the foot. And the tibial nerve turns into plantar nerve. Plant, as you know, is the sole of the foot. And the plantar nerves are these. And the plantar nerve turns into a Morton's neuroma, which is this mass, right, that appears at in the ball of the foot, which is here, which is more or less the third and the fourth toes, right? So this is a mass here. So the first thing that they want you to do is to code the diagnosis for it, for Morton's neuroma, and then to code the procedure that was done. Okay? Now, we're going to go to the path. From this day on, we're going to concentrate more on the path because we want you to understand how the path works, because in the future, we're just going to give you the path. We're going to stop the video so you can pause it, and then you can solve the problems by yourself as long as you understand how the path works. So we're going to do the path first for the diagnosis, and then the path for the procedure. Okay, in the procedure, there are three things that you have to understand. When they're excising this neuroma, right, they have to cut the foot, so they have to open it, right? So it's an open procedure, right? Now, there's no device because they don't tell you in the text if they're using any kind of device. So it's no device, and there's no qualifier because the qualifier is when they give you some extra information about the procedure. But in our case, they're not telling us anything. So it's no qualifier. So take into account these three things. The procedure is open, there's no device, and there's no qualifier. And it's going to be easier for you to follow when we get to the part of the code for the procedure. Okay, now I'm going to take the camera. And Stefan is gonna start first with pointing to the path. We're gonna review the path, and then she's gonna do the book real quick. Okay? All right. Are you ready with the path?
Ready.
Okay. The first path that we're gonna find is the diagnosis for Morton's neuroma, right? The problem is there. Morton's neuroma, 3, 4, and 4, 5 interspaces left foot. And the second one is excision of Morton's neuroma left foot. That's the procedure. And the tip that we give you this is that the tibial nerve goes down to the foot and the heel part. Okay? So one is the first path that we're going to do. It says go to index, then go to neuroma, then go to Morton's, and then you're going to find this code, G57.6 with an extra character. Okay? So let's leave it there, and Stephan is going to do that real quick. go to?
We go to the index.
Let's review it again. Okay, you just do it with the book. I'm going to follow here. Okay. Go to the index, right?
Right.
And then in the index, go to neuroma and go to Morton's. She's in the index. She goes to neuroma. And then she goes to?
And then I go to
Morton's. And she gets this code, G57.6, right?
Right.
Okay, now we're gonna check it with the tabular, right? So the path to means, can you point where I'm doing? Okay, go to tabular. You start with the first three characters, G57. What does it say there? It says mononeuropathies of lower limb. Then you add one more character, which is the 6, and it says lesion of plantar nerve. Remember, we told you that the tibial nerve becomes the plantar nerve, so they're talking about the plantar nerve. And the 6-2 is because it's lesion of plantar nerve left lower limb, because it says left in the definition of the problem. And the equal sign at the end means that this is a confirmation that this is the code. So Stephanie's going to do that. Go to the tabular, right? And G57. Okay. It says mononeuropathies of lower limb. Then go to G57.6, which is where? Here?
Way down below.
Oh, below. Okay, there you go. It says lesion of plantar nerve, right? And then?
Then we go to this next page where it be G57.62
because it's lesion of plantar nerve left lower limb. So we have at first code confirmed. It's G57.62. All right. Now we're going to code the procedure. Okay. The procedure starts with the 3, the path number 3. So it says go to the procedure index, right? And what is this? This is an excision. It's been taken out. We're going to take out the tumor. So it's an excision. Excision of what? Of a nerve, right? And which is the main nerve? Is the tibial nerve. The tibial nerve turns into the plantar nerve, so is the tibial, the ones that we're concerned with. And then we get the code for O1BG, right? That's the code that we have to check, right? So the way to check is we take the first 3 characters, O1B, right? Is this O or 0? I think it's 0, right? 0, 1B, right? We go to 0, 1B, right? And we start from there. So the next one would be, let's do the path 3 first, okay? You go to the procedure index.
You go to excision.
Procedure index, and we go to excision, right? Because we're excising the neuroma. Okay, we go to excision, and then we go to nerve, right?
Right.
Excision and
this is nerve. Here.
Nerve, and then?
And then we go to tibial.
Tibial, where's tibial?
This next column, and here we go.
Let me see. There's tibial right there, right? Ooh, I can get it clear. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is 0, right? Because it's an O with a line cross. So it's 0, 1, BG. That's the one they're sending you to, right? So we're going to check now in the tabular. In the tabular to check, you always start with the first 3 characters, right? The first 3 characters, let's start from the beginning. This is go to procedure tabular, right? And then go to the first 3 characters, which would be 0, 1B, right? Once we're in there, we're going to find our way. But let's get to 0, 1B first. So, from there, we look for the nerve, which will be G tibial, and then we see the other characteristics of the procedure. O because it's open, Z because there's no device, and C because there's no qualifier. All right? So we're going to do that. We're going to go to 0, 1B in the tabular. And this, of course, is in alphanumerical order. So we get to 0, 1, B, right? From there, it sends us here to G, right? So we're going to check that it's okay, the G. Where's the G? The G is the tibial nerve, right? We're fine, right?
Right.
Because that's what we want. Now, the next column tells us whether the procedure is open, percutaneous, or percutaneous endoscopic. Now, in order to take a tumor, it has to be open. You have to open the skin and then take it out, right? So that's why it's open, it's 0. In the next column, it says, did you use any device in the text? Is there any device listed? No. So there's no device, that's we have Z. Now, for the qualifier, the question they ask you is, did they give you any more information about the procedure? And the answer, of course, is no. So there's no qualifier, right? So the code would be 01B, right? G, right?
G.
And then is O or 0
because
because it's open. And then is Z because there's no device. And Z because there's no qualifier, which is the answer that we have right here. 1B, G, 0, ZZ. And that is our answer. And we check the answer with the book. Can you take the sticky out so we can see the answer? And the answer for the book is exactly that. From the book G57.62 and 01BG0ZZ. Thank you.